Okay. So, yeah, those of you who don't know me, my name is Ben Fedigan. I'm based here in Madrid, in Spain. Okay. I'm the PTE General along with other English assessment here in Spain. And I've seen that some Spanish people connected on the line. Okay. I'm originally, just a little bit more information about me. I'm originally from England. I'm from the northwest of England in a small area called the Wirral, just sandwiched between Liverpool and Wales. Okay, I'd just like to see, because I've seen lots of different names, some Spanish, some not. Okay, just like to ask it in the chat box, where are you joining us from today? Okay, we've got some from Dublin, Ireland, some in Gandia, Italy. Very nice. Okay, so a lot of Spanish, Italian, some Irish. Wonderful. Okay, so, and Greek as well, Russia. Wonderful. So we've got a real mix today. Okay, great. Well, I hope that wherever you are, during this difficult time, that everybody's okay. Not just yourselves, but also your loved ones and colleagues. Okay, so let's get started. As the title shows, today, here we have the timetable. Okay, so this is an introduction to PTE General. And then this afternoon, we have the same webinar repeated. Each day, we're having 2 slots for each of the webinars. Okay, and here we have the 10 webinars, and there are 2 extra webinars looking at how to take care of yourselves as teachers and also to do the same for your students. Okay. So the agenda today, we're going to look at about PTE General, so just an overview of what is PTE General, because I'm sure some of you here will know it very well. However, others might be quite new to the Pearson Test of English General. Some of the support material, including the test format as well. And then a very brief look at scoring and results. So everything we see today will be expanded upon in further webinars. Okay, you will see more information about each section as you go along the 2 weeks of webinars. Okay, so about the Pearson Test of English General. Okay, so what is it? What does it mean to your learners, to your students? So obviously students, they encounter lots of different exams as they go through the academic life and professional life. These range from very small, insignificant, low risk exams, such as a unit exam or a vocabulary test, up to very high risk, important exams that have a great impact on the academic or professional progression. Okay, so it does mark, PTE General, a key element of that assessment journey. That could be the end of their assessment journey. This gives them that qualification they need to get that job they want, or go into university, whatever it might be, or it could be a stage along the way. PTE General for them as well is also a way that they can be tested on their ability to communicate. So we'll look at this a little bit more later on, but it's a real test of, can I use this language? Okay, for them, it shows that they can really use it in context and in real life situations. And it's recognized globally as evidence of a required standard of English. Okay, when I say that is, it's marked to the Common European Framework. It's recognized globally in different institutions or different governments. However, I would say that, it's very important that you always check where it is recognized, that it's available on our website. I will be putting the link in the handout that we'll send out afterwards. But it's very important that we check, is this the right test for our students? Is this acceptable, or is this useful for what they need or they want? Okay. What are the benefits of PTE General? So it does provide a measure of their language ability, their language proficiency against the Common European Framework, so that A1 up to C2. It tests all the skills, so it's not just a couple of skills, it tests everything, the listening, reading, writing, and speaking. It's an objective way of testing the level, and also seeing that the direction you're going in your classes is the right way for where they need to go. Okay, uh, so it gives you that outsider view of how things are going. Uh, One of the key benefits, I would say, of PTE General is the way we prepare it, or the way it can be prepared. There's no need for specific exam prep books. That could be the case with other exams. Um, it's not to say that they shouldn't see practice tests, they shouldn't see model exams before they test. Of course they should, but the format, which we'll see a bit later, is a lot easier to integrate into a normal classroom situation, and allows for a lot more flexibility as far as preparation is concerned. Okay, and last but not least, here it's awarded by Pearson EdXL, so it's the UK's largest awarding body. For those of you who are familiar with the British education system, so GCSEs and A levels, Pearson EdXL provides some of those, and also, Pearson EdXL is not just English, but also awards across many subjects all around the world. Okay, a real overview of these features here. Okay, so as we said before, it's 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. Right now, it's a paper format, but that is due to change, and additional computer-based format in the future. 6 levels, that's from A1 up to C2. 7 test sessions a year, okay? The dates of which can be found on the website, but we'll have a look at that. And approximately 6 weeks turnaround for results time, okay? And as we said, the results you get back are the Common European Framework level, and also the pass, merit, or distinction, okay? And you do get a physical certificate. So how do we use the test? Or why do we use the test, and how do we use the test? So like any test, it's a proof of your language proficiency, okay? It's an objective measure, and we might use it for academic progression for universities, professional progression when talking about employers, and also for national education authorities, depending on your region and where it's accepted. And it is known as and recognised as an evidence of a required standard of English. Apart from the progression and as a proficiency tool, it's also used as evidence of achievement. So teachers use it to monitor student progress, okay? As I said, one of those stages along the assessment journey, and adapt accordingly. And learners use it to validate their learning. Okay, so that was just been a very brief, quick overview of what is PTE General. Okay, and I'm sure most of you are already aware of that or have seen it. But now we're going to look at what's available to you, so support material, but also along as we're looking at support material, we're going to look at the format of the test. Okay, as I say here, you'll begin to see the real difference between what is PTE General and what maybe you're used to with other exams or other examining bodies. Okay. So a good place to start when looking at support material, okay, is our PTE General website. Okay, so on this website, you have, as you can see on the right-hand side, breakdown and more information on the test levels, the format of the test dates. So when we say test dates, it's not just the date of the test. There's lots of other things in there, which I'll explain in a little bit. Where it's accepted, again, if you remember I said, very important when advising the students on what exam or what test to take, make sure that, it is valid for what they want, because all students are different and some might require different types of test. Resources, lots of extra resources for the teachers and for test centres. Right, so we're going to go on to looking at the test levels first. Okay, so I'm splitting these up and you'll see why in a moment. Okay, so we've got here foundation level, so it's a level A1, okay, and level 1, which is and the Common European Framework is level A2. And you can see the times there, 1 hour 15, 1 hour 35, and the speaking test 5 minutes. Okay, that speaking test might sound quite short with what you're used to maybe with other exams, but we've got to bear in mind here, we'll have a look at that later, but bear in mind that we are talking about one candidate with one interlocutor, okay, rather than examining in groups. Okay, so I've split those up, the A levels, so the A levels there. Then we have level 2 and 3, so we're looking at B1 and B2. See the times there as we go along. And level 4 and level 5, we're looking at the C levels. Again, you can see the time for the speaking goes up slightly, and also the time for the written exam increases. One thing you might notice is that the written exam is not split. Okay, there's not different times. We're talking about one written exam, including listening, reading, and writing. Okay, so all of that into that time allowed there. Okay, one thing that's important to notice is that the format for the exams is the same. Okay, so whether you're preparing a B1 or a C2, the format you're going to be working with is the same format of exam. That doesn't change. Okay, that allows for that integration to a classroom. But maybe you have students, very common, of mixed ability. Even if you do stream, you know, you might have some that cross over the border from one level to the other. When we're looking at the first 2 levels, the foundation level, level 1, so level A1 and A2, it does change slightly, okay, but just to allow for the level, okay. Because there's certain things that we just can't ask them to do. Okay, well, we'll see that in a little bit, examples of it. Okay, the test format, let's keep an eye on the time here. Test format as we go through. Okay, so we've got the written component, the spoken component, and it's made up of, the written part is made of 9 sections, okay, at all levels, and assesses listening, reading, and writing. So you can see here the breakdown of these, okay. Why does it say listening and writing? Okay, well, we'll have a look at that in a moment. I'm sure those of you familiar will know already, but this is something that does change from other exams. It does allow us to condense things down when comparing it, okay. Then we've got the spoken section for levels A1 and 1, and 4 sections for levels 2 to 5. Okay, again, this is what the 3 sections for level A1 and 1. This is what I was saying before about the slight differences, simply to take into account, you know, what we are actually asking of them at those levels and what they're able to do and produce. So for sections A1, levels A1 to 1, you can see here section 11 is not applicable. Okay, but then when we go 2 to 5, okay, so B1 up to C2, we see that this is speaking and discussion. Okay. So I mentioned before some of those different things. So we've got the tasks here, the task types, so 3 option multiple choice. The next one is what I mentioned before about listening into writing. Okay, so dictation. Dictation can sometimes be a scary word. Okay, you know, it's something that maybe students don't think they are used to doing. And I say don't think they're used to doing because maybe you've not called it dictation in class before, or there are other teachers in the past or in schools or wherever it might be have not called it dictation before. But it is a skill that we use on a regular basis. Okay. Right now, some of you, I would like to think that some of you might be taking a couple of notes. Okay, that means you're listening to me and writing that down. Okay, so that's a form of dictation, note taking. It's something we use on an everyday basis. If I'm in a meeting, okay, with colleagues or with management or whatever it might be, I take notes down and I write down what's going on. If I'm at university, if I'm studying, I would take notes. I would hope that a student would take notes. So it is a form, a skill that we use on a regular basis, even to the point of writing down something that somebody tells you on the phone. Okay. So we go through and we see after that textbook completion, gap fill, 3 option multiple choice, open-ended questions, again textbook completion, write correspondence, write text. So these aren't exercises that you, or activities or task types, as we call them, that you wouldn't expect to see in any kind of English preparation material, not just in specific exam prep books. So that's kind of leaning towards what I've said before. I'll have a look at that again. Okay. So I'm going to pick these out. So this is the dictation section, section 2, listening and writing, or listening into writing. Okay. So just to explain a little bit further, your students would listen to one person speaking and write exactly what they heard. Okay. Simple as that. It does what it says on the tin. Okay. The extra have to play twice. Okay. The second time, we've got pauses in between sections, or giving them time to write down word for word what is heard. Okay. There's only one dictation to complete. Okay. One recording. It may look here like you've got a whole page worth of dictation, but it's not as long as it looks. It just is giving students space, depending on allowing for handwriting or people starting again, whatever it might be. Okay. And as I say, in webinars that continue on after this, when we're looking at how to prepare listening, how to prepare writing, will be touched upon, some advice and tips on how to do this. Okay. How to integrate this type of practice into the classroom. Now we're going to look at where we have here section 8, okay, write correspondence. Why have I picked this out? This seems like quite a normal standard section of a test, writing a correspondence. Fair enough. We do that in lots of tests, not just within PTE General, it's also included within lots of courseware. The reason I pick it out is this. Okay, so we've got section 7, okay, which is still part of the reading. We've got a text here about traveling overland across Africa. Okay, and then we can't see it, actually a bit blurry. But the important thing here is section 8, the writing correspondence, okay, is based on information is provided for that from section 7, part of the reading. Okay, because we want to see in section 8 students' ability to write correspondence, not to invent information, not to invent a situation. Okay, and also it allows for world knowledge of different students. Maybe some students haven't got any world knowledge about what we're asking about. Okay, because we're dealing with people all over the world here of different ages, different backgrounds, different experiences. So we need to allow for that and allow them to show what they can do writing a correspondence. Okay. So as I say, the content, of section 7, the reading text, that information can be extrapolated and can be used in section 8. Not copied, okay, just used. Okay, so here we are with the spoken section or spoken part of the exam. Okay, we see here 10, 11, 12, and 13. Remember, levels A1 and 1, so levels A1 and A2, the section 11 is not there, okay, simply to allow for those levels. And then you can see it's grouped into levels 2 and 3, levels 3 and 4, and we can see that's because of the time allowed, okay. So we have a sustained monologue, so we're talking about assessing their ability to talk about personal things, okay? So experiences, personal information, interests, something that they should be able to maintain a monologue, okay, sustained monologue for that 1.5 to 2 minutes, depending on the level. A discussion, so backwards and forwards with the interlocutor, okay. Describe picture, okay, so providing them with pictures, and a role play with the interlocutor, okay. Giving them a real life context, a real life situation, and allowing them that opportunity to communicate. As I mentioned at the beginning, okay, very important thing to point out here, and that's what allows us to have shorter spoken or oral exams compared to maybe other exams or other tests, is the fact that we have one candidate, one student with the interlocutor. Okay, why do we do this? Okay, why not have two? Okay, should it be easier for timetabling and getting through the exams? Well, the reason we do it is because we want to see that person's level. Okay, we want to be able to evaluate that person without any external influences. Okay, one external influence, one very important external influence, would be the presence of a colleague or a classmate in that exam. They could be an external an external benefit, really. They could benefit them by encouraging them to speak a bit more, giving them ideas while they're speaking, not obviously, but they could get ideas from them. They could react to them in a different way. But it also could be negative, okay? So that person could be very nervous or very domineering and not allow the other person to speak, or make the other person even more nervous than they already are, or interrupt and not allow them to speak. Okay, so either way, that second or third person, however many there might be in other exams, does have an influence and affects the outcome of the test. Okay, so that's why we have one person. Also, you'll notice that I've been using the word interlocutor. Okay, I've not been using the word examiner. And why have I said that? Well, simply because, or we say interlocutor, because you have a script. Okay, you have a script as an interlocutor of what you need to say, what you're going to say, with options for reactions and things like that. There's very little room or wiggle room to veer away from that script. So that script has been designed to get the best out of and test that student or that candidate at that level, whether B1 or B2 or C2, okay? And you're not there to assess them, you're there to put them at ease, to carry out the oral exam with properly, and to interact with the candidate in the correct manner, using the script, and to give them that opportunity to show their spoken and oral ability. Okay, you're not there to evaluate them as an interlocutor. Okay. Okay. So next section, we'll look at test dates, where it's accepted, and resources. We'll get to resources in just a second. Test dates. Okay, when you go into test dates, very important here. There's lots of questions coming in. There's lots of different dates to remember. It's not only the date that the candidates sit the written exam, okay, or the time frame for the oral exam. What comes up the test dates is very important to have a look at. Our deadlines of entry, deadlines of taking people, people stop doing the exam, they don't want to do it anymore, or when results are going to come through, when they're available online, when the certificates will be sent out. Okay, so there's a lot of information there. It's good, quick information of reference. Okay, and again, as I said, where it's accepted is what I mentioned at the beginning of the webinar. Okay, about making sure we know that this is the right test for them, because there are other tests available, PTE Academic, okay, and other things such as Versant and things like that. So, there are things available. It just depends on what the student's objective is, and what they want to get out of this. And our resources, this is a key part, okay? So within the resources, this is a key part for teachers, should we say, okay, or for test centers. So we've got blogs, so past blogs, okay, with tips, strategies for preparing the exam, okay? There's lots of information there. Admin forms, this is more of a test center section, okay, looking at, late entries or people arriving late. You've got special forms to fill out, special access for students that would require assistance, okay. So lots of information there of admin forms, okay. Sample tests and tips, practice tests and tips, they are what they say on the tin, okay. They are practice tests and sample tests with extra advice on how to approach each section of the exam. Some of the advice being, generic exam advice, how to prepare and how to confront an exam. Other things more specific to the PTE test, okay? PTE General test, sorry. Training, we've got interlocutor training, okay? So an online module, so you can have a look at that. Guides, okay, when we go through guides, we'll have a look at that, sorry. Guides, we're looking at guides for each level, scoring guides, oral exam guides, things like that. We'll have a look at that in just a sec. And then correlation tables. Correlation tables, I'm going to leave that towards the end, and we'll talk about that because that's an important part. So test preparation resources. If you don't know this already, Skills Booster, okay, we're talking about sample tests and then also specific preparation, not just on practice tests. This is a physical book, okay. I'm sure most of you are familiar with it already. Guide to PTE General, so just an overall guide. I think it's a very recommended, read, especially if you're new to PTE General. But even if you're not, things can change. You can get into your own ways, and I know I have done, and it's just nice to have a refresh every now and again. Practice tests, okay. Functions and notions, having a look through that, okay, looking at the grammar required and everything during throughout each level, okay. Very good, maybe for planning, how your classes or looking at what students might specifically need. Test tips, okay, so short bits of advice about how to approach PTE General. Score guides, so how do we score this? Okay, so if you're actually looking at this, test tips, score guides, the following webinars in this series, okay, we're going to be looking at how is it scored, as I mentioned before, for paper 1 and paper 2, okay, so we've actually got 2 webinars dedicated to each of the papers and how they're scored, and then also following on from that, looking at how to prepare, so where we will include these test tips and more things as well around the test. But these are always good to have as reference. So they are on the website, okay? You can keep them electronically or download them in PDF, okay? And the test center handbook, okay? So this is a very important document, and I'm sure if you work in a test center or if you work as an interlocutor, okay, you're very familiar with this. But this does get updated, and it's very important to have this at hand at all time, really, when dealing with the tests, especially on test day. But it's a very good read. It is a very thorough guide on test procedure before, during, and after the tests. Okay, so I would really recommend that if anybody's considering using PTE General in their centre, or if you already do and have done for a while, then still every now and again read through it, use it as reference. Okay. And then the last thing on that resources page that I showed you is correlation tables. Okay, what do I mean by correlation tables? So, as I mentioned before, specific course, specific textbooks preparing PTE General, okay, we don't have specific textbooks preparing it like you would do for maybe other exams. But what we do have are some very good general English textbooks. Okay, so for example, Speak Out Second Edition, I'm sure a lot of you know that one, it's been around a couple of years. Okay, and Roadmap. Okay, it's a newer book. If you want more information, those contact the PT rep. But this is not for that right now. But what I want to show you is why we can actually not and how we do it, well, we cannot have specific coursework preparation. Okay, so within our books, if you are using it, have a look. It doesn't mean you can't use a book, another book. Okay, just if you are or happen to be using them, this resource is available to you. So we've got here, it is what it says. It's a correlation table, is a table of content throughout the book that corresponds to the exams. Okay, so here we've got an example from a, I think this is a Speak Out book. Okay, so this is one section of the correlation table. It's a many-page document. Okay, and it will show you the different sections of the exam. Okay, the can-do statements correspond with that different section. Okay, and then the item types, objectives, stimulus, and then specific examples within the book. So these specific examples do correspond to task types. Pardon me, task types within the exam, and then some comments and extra information. Okay, so if you are using it, if you're worried about a specific section or task type in the exam, have a quick flick through, and do pull out these certain things or focus on them a little bit more. And that was why I said before, we don't need to use specific exam prep textbooks, and be held to that. You can use a normal general English textbook and use correlation tables, or be very aware, if you're not using a Pearson book, of going through the task types. You can do your own little mapping. And that makes it more easier to integrate into that classroom. Maybe not everybody wants to do a test, like or an exam, or different levels of different in the same classroom. So therefore, you can use your general English book that kind of spans maybe a couple of levels, or over a wider area, and you can then focus on the task types. Okay, because those task types are the same regardless of the level. Okay, from level 2 to level 5. So if you want more information on that, okay, they are available on the website, not on the, they're available on the website, on the PTE website. But if you want more information, there will be more information following in how to prepare webinars next week. But please contact your local Pearson representative. Okay, and we've got 5 minutes left, so just perfect fit in this scoring and results. Okay, I'm only going to go very briefly into this because tomorrow, well, in fact, the rest of this week, you have scoring and results. How it is scored specifically. I'm not going into a lot more detail, and they will be able to give you a lot more answers. And I'm sure the answers to your questions will already be there in those sessions. Okay, so this is more just for the newer people that aren't really aware of how it's scored. Okay, or the scoring. So as you can see here, we've got sections 1 to 9. Okay, the maximum number in the written exam is 75. Okay, 25 for each skill. You can see here that the listening and writing in section 2. Now, those 10 points are actually split between the 2 skills. Okay. And then the oral exam or the spoken exam. Okay. Remember, there was a slight difference between levels A1 and 1, and then levels 2 to 5. Okay. And you can see here, still 25 for each. For each version, whether it be an A1 or 1 or levels 2 to 5. Okay, so it's a total of 25 points for the oral section. Okay, so therefore that means there's a total of 100 points. Okay, and apart from level 5, which is C2, it's 50 points is the pass mark. Okay. Right, last slide. Okay, so when you get your results, okay, so you've got 2 different ones. Okay, they'll come together now. Okay, so we've got the candidate performance report giving you the breakdown of points per section. Okay, and then the Pearson edX certificate. Okay, so that's the actual certificate used as evidence of your achievement. Okay. Right, so that the end of the presentation, or the actual information from me, I'm going to have a quick look. In fact, I'm going to stop sharing my screen, okay, and have a look at the questions. And we've got some questions here. Okay, so a couple of questions here, things about the coronavirus, things like that. Right now, the situation, as we know, is very serious around the world. I would get in touch with your local Pearson representative outside of this forum to start answering all of those questions about individual areas or different things. Then we could be here all day. But please do contact them. If I am your representative, then give me a call. I will be around. Okay. Happy to talk to anybody who wants to. So I haven't seen any more questions on there. Okay, a lot of hellos, so that's fantastic. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for joining. As I say, this was a very brief introduction to PTE General, and in the seminars to follow, there'll be a lot more information, a lot of useful things that you can apply to your classroom or to your candidates' learning. Okay. I really hope that everybody is safe and well, yourselves and your loved ones. Take care, and we'll see you in other webinars, hopefully. Okay, thank you very much. Bye-bye.